Hello, my dear friends. Hope you're doing well. Let's talk about the most scalable funnel that I have ever seen, and I've been around for a minute. I started in 2007, early 2008. So and I've been at lots and lots and lots of different funnels for lots and lots of different people. This one, I would say, without a doubt, solves the biggest problem to scale, which is actually a cash flow issue, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I want to break down what this funnel is, give you some insights, and we'll go from there. A couple things. I did not invent this funnel, but there are some things that we do unique about our funnel. And second, be very wary of anyone who says that they invented this funnel because this funnel has existed since the direct mail days. And before that even. So just be a little weary of some of these people making claims like they're the face of this particular type of funnel. They are not. This has been around for a long, long time. Okay, so this is, some people call it an SLO funnel, some people call it a tripwire funnel, some people call it a break-even funnel. It's very, very simple. You may have seen many of these. I apologize in advance for my drawing skills here. Sales page, you've probably seen them, $27, $37, $47, whatever they might be. You've got yourself the order bump, which is something along $37. Then, of course, you have the good old upsell, which is oftentimes somewhere between $95 and $195. Then, of course, you have, yay, our upsell. Okay, that's English, I promise. Upsell number 2, and that's a number also, I promise. What we like to do when we build these is we like to do continuity, and we're going to talk about why we like continuity. And then we have, of course, the thank you page, which in my opinion, my humble but accurate opinion, is the most important page in this entire process, is actually the thank you page. Now, we have built, like I said, we've built close to 30 different funnels since January of this year. I'm recording this on July 31st. So we've been doing a couple of funnels per month. And I can tell you that this is without a doubt the most scalable funnel ever, and that's because of something very, very simple. Typical ROAS on this funnel, like in real life, not in the, here's the webinar, I'm going to sell you like my $10,000 course on how to build this. In real life, ROAS is somewhere between 0.9x, and we've seen consistently the high end be about 2.5x. So $1 in, 90 cents out, or $1 in, $2.50. Now, what's beautiful and why this becomes the most scalable funnel in the world is there's two things that happen. Okay, one is obviously you put $1 into your advertising, and within 24 hours, okay, you get that $1 back. That's great. That means you can go to the market, you can run this and run it and just build big lists of customers. You can sell 20, 30, 40, 50 of these a day. Love it. It's wonderful. It's great. But that doesn't really make a profitable business. $1 in, $1 out. Now you've got support costs because you need to like run support. You got maybe you have to outsource your ads, so you have ads management fees. Like there's all this other stuff that starts to compile. There's the cost of the software to run the funnel, to build the funnel, etc. And nobody ever talks about that, right? That's not going to sell you into their program if they tell you that. But for us, this has become the most scalable funnel in the world for one very simple reason, and this is it. It is cash flow. The number one problem that most entrepreneurs have, coaches, consultants, freelancers, when they have something that's selling, let's say you've got a $5,000 coaching program, let's say you have a $2,000 a month service that you sell to someone, and you're able to do it in some other funnel. Maybe you have a VSL funnel, you have some other kind of funnel. The number one problem you're going to run into is that you will not have enough cash to scale as quickly as you probably want to scale. It's not like you just press a button and all of a sudden it just blows up and you're making a ton of money. Often what will happen, let me give you an example. We had a client who had a $2,000 offer and it was costing them $200 per sale when they were selling 10 a month. And they came to us and they say, okay, look, what I want to do is I want to start selling 30 to 40 to 50 of those a month. Obviously, their goal was 50, right? They wanted to hit $100,000 a month. Well, what do you think happened to this number right here when we started to scale the ads? Of course it ballooned. It ballooned to 500. And then once the market started to get saturated, it started ballooning to 900 a sale. And the only reason that they were even making sales in the first place is because this had what are those called? Payment plans. Whatever it was, 12 payments of $249. So when you have a $500 sale, you're starting to lose money. When you have a $900 sale, you're starting to lose money before you make the money back. And before you think, well, oh, it's because, Mike, you didn't know the secret to this Facebook ad, da-da-da-da. Look, we have some of the best media buyers. I work with some of the best media buyers. I respect people like Justin Brook, and I listen to AdScale. All those, we follow the best media buyers in the world, and we implement their strategies. And they're just, the reality is that when you increase and scale an offer, it becomes more expensive. There's market saturation, there's ad fatigue, there's all these different things that happen. Okay, so this is what happened with this client. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, I guess that means what I have to do is take what was working and either accept the fact that it's more expensive or try all these little bright, shiny object tricks and blah, 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 blah. What this little SLO tripwire, most profitable, scalable funnel in the world actually allows you to do is take this number out of the equation. Okay, so for example, let's do a new sheet here and I'll show you what I mean. When you have the SLO, tripwire funnel, whatever you want to call it, $1 in and $1 out within 24 hours, and then you sell that $2,000 thing, then your cost per sale equals 0. Okay? So then all you do is you just push this as hard as you possibly can. Now, you probably already know this. This probably makes sense to you already. You probably thought about this. You may be even trying to make this happen, but there's a missing piece, and this is the critical missing piece. This is why I say the thank you page is the most important. How do you go from $1 in, $1 out, making customers, to them then suddenly buying this $2,000 thing? What's the trick? What's the secret? And I'm going to give you the most simple solution that we've come up with after testing this for a long time and trying to, just racking our brains and the whole team coming together to take someone from customer to next sale. What you need are conversations. Now, there's lots of different ways to have a conversation. You could tell that customer, thank you very much for buying this thing. Now I'd like you to go watch my webinar. You could tell that person, thank you very much for buying this thing. I want you to go watch this VSL. Thank you very much. Let's book a call. There's all sorts of different things, but here's the thing that we've landed on that we really, really love, and I want to share this with you. It's really, really fun. We're enjoying it immensely. Okay, here's what we do. Somebody buys the $27 offer. Oops, that's a 7, I promise. $27 offer. We then send an email plus some follow-ups, but we'll just keep it simple for now. That email sends them to a ManyChat with a PDF download. All right, so what are we talking about? I promise that says download. So somebody buys our thing for $27. We send them a quick email, and then we send them to ManyChat to say, hey, I have something for you. It's the next step. It's this free PDF. If you'd like it, all you have to do is just click this button. They click the button. They're taken to their Facebook chat. So it's basically a ManyChat. We don't do automations. We don't do anything. We just have a welcome message in ManyChat. They say, I love this thing. I want this PDF. We say, here it is. And then what do? We have our sales team have actual conversations with these individuals and say, hey, how's your $27 purchase going? Whatever that $27 purchase thing is. Hey, how is your business going? And then they go through a typical conversation like you would selling anything else. We've completely removed the need for webinars. We've completely removed the need for complex SOS sequences. We've completely removed the need for all of this complexity, and we've kept it real and organic. Now, I hear some of you saying, oh, but Mike, I want to do a webinar. I want to, and you start to, your mind goes to automation. I'm going to tell you something. This shift going from removing the cost to acquire a customer and then moving that customer into a conversation with an actual human being is what has allowed us during the craziness that's going on right now in the world, where people's fear and doubt and attention span and their unwillingness to part with money and their lack of optimism and their feelings of insecurity, having a conversation with a real person will always beat out a webinar. It will always beat out a VSL, because in a webinar and a VSL, you are talking at someone. With ManyChat, you can begin to talk with someone. Their trust is open, it's there, and you're talking with customers. You're not talking with freebie seekers. You're hiding the ManyChat behind the $27. And you can put this ManyChat in the email follow-up. You can put it on the thank you page. That's why I say thank you page is so important. Just a little link of, hey, have a chat with us. We have this PDF we'd love to deliver to you, et cetera, et cetera. There's all sorts of places you can put it within the program. You can have it as a bonus section. Hey, we have this bonus PDF for you. Click this button. They go to ManyChat, et cetera, et cetera. But the point that I want to make here is, my time's almost up. Having real conversations is what is going to help you get through all of the craziness that's going on if you want to continue to sell high-ticket items, to sell your one-on-one services, to sell your whatever it is that you're trying to sell. You need to start talking to people because they are afraid, they are scared, they are nervous, they need that intimate that connection. It's one of those things that I don't agree with everything that Gary Vaynerchuk says, but he did say something that has really profoundly affected my business, where he says, scale the unscalable. The hard thing to do is to talk to people, and everybody wants to hide behind their webinars and hide behind their VSLs and etc. I'm telling you, you can eradicate all the stress of having to write a perfect VSL, having to write a perfect webinar, having to create the perfect email sequence if you're just willing to dump people into a ManyChat, send them one message that delivers a PDF download, and then start to talk to them. You will be absolutely surprised at how easy the process and the system becomes for creating and scaling your business. All right, my dear friends, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.